My name is Mejia. I am Colombian. I'm 44 years old. I'm a human rights activist, LGBT and HIV advocate. Everything that led me to be the activist that I am today started from the beginning as a child. My first memory was me being sexually abused by an uncle. I also grew up in a very abusive household with a lot of violence, and I ended up at the age of 13 running away from home. I was full of anger and hate. I joined a very violent street gang. I became the girlfriend of the leader of the gang at the age of 15. In 1988, he transmitted HIV to me. That's my first boyfriend. I come from a very ultra-conservative Catholic family. My mother, she sat me down and said, "We're gonna put this in God's hands, but you cannot tell anyone in the family or friends that you have this." So that's when the self-stigma started and the shame, and we had no information. There was no internet. I didn't know absolutely anyone that had HIV. I had to deal with that by myself. I had no one to talk to. I would read and read and read, not only about HIV or whatever was out there. Ultimately, I started feeling sick. I remember going to my doctor. He said, "Well, you are dying. And if you don't get on treatment, you're going to be dead. I don't give you more than a month." I had two choices. I could lay in a bed and die, or I could fight and survive. And I chose to fight. And that's what I try to tell others. It's your choice. I became a treatment advocate and also an advocate for health, going to schools, becoming an HIV trainer. I did this for around 8 years. I would go to also churches and jails. 9 years ago, people were not really out there that much doing YouTube talking about HIV, so I saw the potential that social media had to reach the masses. So I said, okay, let me create a name that's going to attract people that have the condition of HIV, and I created the name Maria HIV Mejia, and I did the HIV in the middle, and I wanted it to be like in your face, right? And with no shame at all. My mission is simple. Is to prevent infections and to give hope to the hopeless. And not a lot of people know what their purpose is in the world, and I'm very fortunate for that. The Latino community's main issue is stigma. It's fueled by ignorance, obviously. Religion has a lot to do with it. Culture has a lot to do with it. In the Latino home, we're taught that we should be conservative, that whatever happens at home should stay within the home, and not tell it to the whole world. But this is bigger than I am. This is to save lives. And that's why I show my face, to humanize the condition. My mother and grandmother, they taught me to be someone to take care of their appearance. It builds your esteem. Self-care is very important for me. You know, I juice, I eat healthy. Well, I'm very spiritual and pray and meditate. Also, one of my new addictions is the gym. So I like to lift weights. I want to look like a gladiator. The cure will be amazing. I've waited on the cure for so many years, and I've been so excited with the new advancements. I'm very thankful for amfAR. I know that they're really, really trying very hard to find the cure. A lot of people have the misconceptions, especially the newly diagnosed or young people, and I don't want to scare them because these are different times. The medication is easier. People are still dying of AIDS. There's people still in the world with no access to treatment. And that makes me angry. And health has to be a human right. I believe everybody should have the gift of being able to thrive and survive and be good citizens and help each other out. So I urge people to open up their minds and their hearts a little bit more. Because at the end of the day, in this earth, we come to help one another and to support each other. Because united we will stand and divided we will fall. It's just that's how it is.